dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danans. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almeidrea. You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Whoa there! You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know. You need a sea dog like me or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
Now that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail. This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before. Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
The pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
Course we will. They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danans on that ship?
Couldn't say for sure. On the one hand, seeing as it's supposed to be something of another castle, I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danans on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Till then, you're all free to do whatever. Just don't fall in the ocean.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat. I guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up. Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almeidrea?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almeidrea did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almeidrea do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless. No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almeidrea resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
So good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almeidrea were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings...
Yeah, and it wasn't as if the situation in Niaz was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly. I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us. But nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danon people. But that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almeidrea did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danons had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed. I guess what I'm getting at is, if we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danons do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almeidrea, right?
Yeah. I hate her, Alphen. I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodius Danons backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadheim. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almeidrea. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Afraid?
Whatever happens to Almeidrea when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alphen. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Xion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Xion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almeidrea, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I think he definitely would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almeidrea's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cislodia, the lush green glades of Menancia, the harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its Lake of Death, and Nias its ruins. And they wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually managed to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too. A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans. And the good things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed. You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Shion.
Ever since I was on Lenegis, I've always been alone. Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
A little. Well, it won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know? Only 2 lords remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renis Alma, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Yeah, we are.
Wonder how much longer it's going to be before we catch up to Almeidrea. I'll ask Mahavar.
Look who's up! Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
That's the ship? She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin. Hungry already, my dear? Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Good. Then let's find Almeidrea.
Xian, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship!
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelselik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almeidrea plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Out of our way!
Take this!
You're mine!
I'm going in!
Searing tempest! Third wheel! Flare tornado! It's over!
Leave the inferno on me. Yeah! Totally to me!
Do it!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
There! Got you!
Begin! You're missing one! Take the armor won't save you!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you, Shion.
I won't forgive you!
My lord! Snake could be a bit clear for us.
Where are you going?
I'll punch that gun out of your hand! First strike! We're not big!
It's almost too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
Denied!
Just the gun! You're done! Snake could be a bit release! Clear for us! Right aboard! Missing! Pierce!
That's my cue.
In an instant.
Impact block!
This should come in handy.
Got it.
This might not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own, yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than met the eye.
You recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
It's nothing. Forget I said anything.
That went well.
Are you okay? You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Get lost!
Burn! Dragon down!
I'm only getting started. Confiscate!
Pieces! Attack time! I can carve through armor!
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
No further!
Annihilation!
I'll run you through! On your knees! Let's go! Air pressure! Begin! Too fast! Stand back! I'll trip it up! I'm on! That's enough!
I can handle it.
Castle!
Far enough.
Do it!
I'm on it! More! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Forgive you!
I see one here!
That's my will! Flare tornado! You think that shield will save you?
Engaging! What shield? the official dance! Clear for a rising falcon! Don't get carried away! Take this! You picked the wrong one! Dating heat!
Oh,
Try harder!
do it!
In an instant! Impact cross!
There!
You're wide open! First strike! Rising Wyvern! Take this! You see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that. First strike! I'm ready! Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
A comfortable win.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Your first strike! Against my will! Lord, don't let the marksman handle this! No shield can stand up to these kids! A freezing
Enemy rigs are too.
You'll soon see about that!
Ice tornado!
Do
it!
Take! Blow them away! Rising Wyvern! Can you take it away? Take this!
A freezing storm!
Sword Rain Alpha! I'm just getting started! Take this!
I need to be stronger.
Now you see what I can do! Negative gate! I'll fake you! Can you take it? A showdown between blade and fist! You got spirit!
I'm all
Soaring
for
Demon Fang!
annihilation!
Demon Fang!
I can handle it!
Ignite! Take this!
The earth throbs in pain.
None shall
Got
escape
it.
my judgment!
No further! You're mine! I'm on it! You're mine! Now I'm in!
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
Let's keep our eyes on the prize.
I'm ready!
They really don't give up, do they?
Melvin! Astral energy!
Say no more.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Gotta make through! Dragon Swarm!
And again, Radiant Pierce!
Differences?
Got you now! Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Double Demon
On your knees.
Eagle Fly!
Air pressure!
Nothing gets by me!
Can't get out of this!
Eagle Fly! You're mine! Reload!
Take this!
Radiant
Raining Crash! I'll fake you! This one's all
Into
mine!
the shadows!
Begin! Not today! Take this! Hitting pile driver! No
Where are
escape!
you going?
All good things come to an end!
Mega Ray!
I'll fake you! Here I come! I can carve through armor!
Come back! Running forward!
Here I come! Eat this! Rolling snap! Here I come! Strike!
Here I go!
Boost of deity!
Dragon Show!
Soaring blast! Here it now!
Here's the heart!
Take! Blow them away!
think we're about to be real lucky.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from, but this is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
You picked the wrong fight!
Don't suffer in silence.
Take this!
Eagle!
A night of duel of the arts!
One more! Radiant Pierce!
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
Take this!
Tempe!
Sword Lane Alpha!
Each shattering to pieces! Attack! Armor one!
An astral
That's my cue.
Shut him down!
Here's up!
Who
wants to go ahead?
Can't get out of this!
Now I'm in the groove!
Take
Be
this!
still!
Go!
Rising Falcon! Strike!
Dragon Shell!
After
Eagle Assault!
I'm practically unstoppable.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
You got spirit!
Benediction.
You picked the wrong. I won't show you any mercy! Damn it!
I'm not done!
Do it! In an instant! Impact Cross!
Be sure I used to get Double Demon Fang! Very good! I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! First strike! Anything in armor is all mine! Now you see what I can do! Watch this! Doing a shot! I'm on this! Tempest engulfs you! Eat this! Here for us a path! Eat this!
Art Seal!
I'll burn in hell! I'll run you through!
I owe you one.
Rising Wyvern! You're mine! I'm on strike! Rising Phoenix! First strike! Raging Lunar Storm! Sword Rain Alpha! On your knees! I have no limits! Air pressure!
Another incantation ruined.
Take this!
I'll stop its charge!
Thanks, Kisara.
Duly noted you all down. Too much! Stay away from my friends! Sorry, but this fight ends here! Go faster! Now, Asuna!
Right!
That's much better.
I'll bring you back from death to this.
Pierce! Eat this!
Talon Vortex! Will this help?
My project is downside.
Healing circle!
Don't get carried away. Can you take it?
Lightning thrust!
Reload!
Dragon
Here's the
Claw!
healing
Pound Drop! Sonic Breath! Take this!
I'll fix you up.
Not so fast!
Talon
Soaring
Vortex!
Blast! Eagle Star! Turn it up! There you are! I'm just getting burned in hell! The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that.
I'm grateful.
Flame of Fury!
I can carve through armor!
Where are you going?
Denied! Do it! Face you! In an instant! Impact Cross!
Hey, I'm pretty lucky.
And thus our strength yet grows.
These don't seem like your run-of-the-mill Zugals for Renin.
No backing down!
Annihilation!
Here I come!
And radiant energy! Got me!
Double Demon Fang! Swallow
Blade!
Blade!
These ones can write rings around us! Watch and weep! Help Xanthus! Radiant Pierce! Annihilation! It's over! Here I go! Air thrust! Freezing storm! Verminate's render!
Demon Fang!
Leave the ensnaring to me.
Yeah! And pummeling to me! Prepare to be sealed!
Photon Blast! Raging Storm!
Quiver Dragon!
Annihilation! One last one!
Rising Wyvern!
Raging Storm!
Ready to go!
Dragon Shot!
Turbo Field! Hit!
Rising Wyvern! Carve through all!
To die on my watch!
Rising Falcon! No further!
Here comes!
Strike!
7 hours!
Finish it!
Gusty Nail!
Any injuries?
seen instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
Smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
No backing down!
I see one, eh?
Far enough!
Here I go! Does this work?
Lunar Rondo!
Annihilation!
Cracked and red!
No mercy! I never miss!
What's all mine?
Flying
Free! Why can't they just sit still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done! One more!
It's almost too strong.
Split it up!
Be my guest.
Here, let me help! First aid!
Ignite!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
I can carve through! What's this?
Vanquish Dark!
Prepare to be seized! With that!
Annihilation!
In a bind! I'll run you to ground!
Here, let me help!
You're done!
First aid!
Out of the way! Orochi's Fury! Watch it! Rising Storm! Ready to go! On your knees! Bring us on in!
Flame of Fury! Seal!
First strike!
I'll be saving you! Will this help?
Your mother! Eat this! Blow away!
Here goes Uncle!
What did you do?
Where that came from?
Come on, man! I'll be so
More
the
than
shot!
Not on my watch!
You're mine!
Radiant!
Lunar Rondo!
Shattering nails! Here to play!
Your escape! You're the clue!
I can do this all day!
Here I come!
Do you require...
Divine Strength! I never miss!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Do you sense one of your friends, Noodle?
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
Almeidrea sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almeidrea's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegis?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegis and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almeidrea may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almeidrea.
won't forgive you!
Can't get out of this!
Mega Ray!
Ignite!
You'll pay for what you did! Here! I'm only getting started! Now, I'm all done!
In an instant! Impact Block!
Let's... Looks like some solid equipment.
We've got all the ingredients for that recipe now.
Great. I'll let you cook then.
Wait, what?
An opponent like this should be easy.
Armor won't save you!
I'm only getting started!
Take down their defenses.
You're on my watch! Here, let me help!
Got fire.
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours.
The enemy wheels aren't too.
You'll soon see about that.
Here's another! Lightning down!
In here.
Holy Lance!
Now you see what I can do!
Let's do it! Alphen! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Step back! This one's all long! It'll take this!
armor
Get in, get out! Just split it open!
Be my guest.
Searing tap! And then on the wheel! In here! Flare tornado! I'll take my revenge on you!
Swallow dance!
Here, let me help!
Grenade!
Divine Streak! One last one! Magic cover two! Astral energy! Full throttle! Go! Take it! Lightning condensed! I'm all set now! Holy Lance!
You won't make a
Here goes! It's weakened!
This ends now!
You're mine! Handle it!
Hurricane Thrust!
I'm mine!
I'm succeeding!
Glacial Steel! Here's the evil!
These fists have got your name on them!
First strike! A freezing storm!
Take this!
I'm on
your knees!
In a bind?
Heal!
You!
You're mine!
Healing circle! Let the marksman handle this!
I owe you one.
Radiant! Here! This one's mine!
Eagle! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Our work is done here. Let's move.
I'm right behind you.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Ignite!
Here I go! Go!
We're not finished!
Now! Frozen!
Hammer!
Lightning condense! My judgment!
I'm on it!
I can handle it!
I'll finish you here and now!
Ready!
Eat this!
Now! Frozen!
Hammer!
Well then, let's keep moving.
You're saying we should check the Owl Forest?
Dispose of the trash.
There! Go!
Now you see what I can do!
Far enough!
Do you require a hand?
Annihilation!
Take this!
Searing tempest! And that's my will! Flare tornado!
Got it!
Deadly darkness!
You've been smelling to me.
Yeah!
Divine strength! Wasn't weak! This one's mine!
Eat dirt!
Do it! Dohalim!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
Feel! I'll be saving this one! Haha! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood. An opponent like this should be easy.
One more! Searing tempest! And that's my will! Flare tornado! Photon dance in the wind! I'm the true gunslinger!
Bring them down!
Instant!
Now or never. In a bind? We're not finished!
To me!
Eat dirt! Armor won't save you! Like the okay! I'll put you through! Pierce through! I really owe you one!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Not in your dreams! Reload! Seal!
Now, make it through!
Freeze land! Hit! Annihilate!
Could have been worse.
What's this thing?